How to make floating hexagon shelf. Material list. 6 hexagon segment. Number of segments needed to make one hexagon. Multiply the number of hexagons you will include in your project to calculate the total number of segments you will need. In this example we used 8 hexagons, which means we needed a total of 48 segments. 3/4 of an inch x number 8 screws 1/2 screws. Tape. Glue. Paint. Steps. 1. Set the blade bevel angle. Rip 1/2 inch Baltic birch plywood into 10 5/3 wide strips. Next, tilt your table saw blade to a 30-degree angle. In order for the hexagon's joints to fit together tightly, the blade must be set to exactly 30 degrees. 2. Test fit the hexagon segments. Cut 6 test segments from a scrap of 1/2 inch plywood. Assemble the segments to form a hexagon and test the fit of the joints. If the final hexagon joint does not close, in set A, then the table saw blade angle needs to be increased slightly. Tilt it to the left a little more. 3. Assemble the hexagons. Cut the actual hexagon segments. The long, outside, face of each segment is 5/2 long. It is easiest to pre-finish the hexagons before assembling. Paint both faces of each segment, top left. Lay the segments edge to edge on the work table and tape the seam between each segment, bottom left. 4. Connect the hexagons. Arrange the hexagons into the desired configuration. Fasten the hexagons together with 3/4 of an inch x number 8 screws. Locate the screws 1/2 from the back edges of the hexagons. This will help in hiding the screw holes. 5. Find studs and mark the bracket locations. Locate the wall studs where you plan to hang the shelves. Measure the distance between the wall stud centers. Mark the stud centers on the back of the hexagon shelves where the brackets will be installed. These marks will be the center of the brackets. 6. Drill bracket post holes. Refer to the heavy-duty blind shelf supports, 59434, manual for complete installation instructions. The first step of installing the shelf brackets is to drill the bracket post hole in the shelf. 7. Router mortising jig. The easiest and most accurate way to form the mortise for the shelf bracket is to make a guide jig for your router. The jig is made from 3/4 thick plywood. The base of the jig is 3/4 of an inch x 6 wide x 20 long. The 2 support blocks are 3/4 of an inch x 2 wide x 4/2 long. 8. Making the jig. Mark vertical and horizontal center lines on the top face of the jig base piece. Then mark the ends of the mortise at 2 5/16 on each side of center line. Drill end holes on each mark with 7/8 drill bit and cut between the holes with a jigsaw. 9. Route mortises. Center the jig over the support bracket location and clamping it to the shelf. Using a router with 3/8 diameter guide bushing and a 1/4 diameter straight cutting bit. Plunge router into the jig opening to create a 3/4 wide x 4/2 long mortise to a depth of 9/16 of an inch. Finally, install support bracket and mount on wall. Use the I-symbol blind shelf support drilling guide, 62744, to drill a 21/62 diameter hole in the center of each stud. Left. Subscribe to our woodworking community by clicking the first link in the description below and receive daily free woodworking plans, and don't forget to subscribe and like to keep posting more. Bye.